There we are. You ready? Let's do this.
Now, more Skip Happens. Please return Bubbles, your flight attendant, to her fully upright and locked position. Oh, wait a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seat and buckle up. Seat backs and tray tables in their full upright position. It's another episode of Skip Happens.
Your weekly view from 30,000 feet. From the first music lesson to the first paid gig to signing the deal, it's the journey that is the life of an artist. Now, here's your captain and co-captain, a.k.a. your hosts, Skip Clark and Deb Lamphere.
She's not here. Deb is not here. Deb is in Long Island, taking care of some business, everybody. Welcome to Skip Happens. Skip Clark, your host. Got a great one for you tonight. We have a great one for you every week, maybe sometimes twice a week. Tonight, Kat Velasco. Did I say that right? Velasco.
Yes, it's Velasco.
Yes.
So today,
how are you?
It's just the Skip and Kat show today.
It is. I like that. I like the Skip and Kat show.
Got a good ring to it, no?
Yeah, it does. It does. Have you ever done radio? I should call you.
Oh my gosh, no, but I'm available, so hit me up.
How are you, Kat? You're doing well, right?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for joining us. Spend a few minutes together here and find out who Kat Velasco is. I have a pretty good idea. I've been listening to your music and you've been doing real well. I've been reading some things online. You are in Charleston, right?
I am. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Dang.
Yeah.
And how warm was it today? I'm just going to throw it out there. How warm was it?
You guys, it was in the 70s today. Right now it's like 65, but it was hot. Like you had to have you could have shorts and a t-shirt on today. So
well, it's except we're in the Northeast, so it's exceptionally warm here too. And when I say that, though, I'm talking low 40s. So for us, that's pretty warm this time of the year, it being early January. So.
Right, which is crazy to me because we only had a little glimpse of the cold weather over Christmas, and it might have been like maybe 4 days, but it was. Yeah. It was like, still wasn't probably as cold as what you guys get.
Well, wait a minute. Now I have a good buddy in Texas, good friend. He said it got down to like, it was in the 20s in Texas.
It was 17 here. I mean, it was,
okay.
It was cold for one day and that was on Christmas. Where we did Christmas was here in Charleston at my brother's house. And I told you earlier, the pipes froze. So.
Oh man.
That was really fun to deal with, but it's not about what's going on. It's about who you're with. So we had a great Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about. It's about family. Yeah. Absolutely. Coming to holidays, but we're past the holidays now. We're talking about you and we're talking about getting you out on the road and getting you seen and getting you heard, if that makes sense. Let's talk about you a little bit. You have actually been out on tour.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Tell us about that a little bit.
It was so much fun. It really was. I went with a local band here. It's Greg Keys and Company. And they did a tour and we went all the way to California and back. And so we were in cities like we were in San Antonio, Texas. We were in California, Nashville, Charlotte. We hit a lot of places. We went to Las Vegas. We did a couple shows there, which was really fun. You don't want to spend too much time in Vegas, but it was still really, it was still really fun. And I was the only girl on that tour, so that was pretty interesting. But
were you on the bus with these guys?
Yes.
Oh,
and but I have 3 little brothers, so I feel like I've been trained well.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Are you the oldest then in the fam?
I'm actually the baby.
What? But your brothers are older than you, obviously.
3 older brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they took good care of you.
Yes.
They protect their sister.
They do now, but they definitely made me tough when I was younger. So.
Well, that's a good thing too. Because trying to do what you're doing, your passion, your dream is to go out there and play music. And let me ask, when you were in San Antonio, did you go down to the Riverwalk? Places like that?
We didn't. They was actually at some sort of festival at the really famous brewery there. And it was really, really cool. That was actually my favorite stop because I felt like the people were so, so kind. And it was awesome. I mean, everything we did was so quick. It's kind of like a big blur to me, I'll be honest, because it's like you're in the van, you're trying to sleep as much as you can before you get there. the guys don't have to get ready, but I had to take, maybe an hour to get ready. So I don't really get that extra time. And then it's like you start performing and then you're kind of just going to bed after that. So everything was so quick, but it was such a cool experience for me because, some of the places they'd be sold out. Some of the places, New Orleans, for example, is kind of a smaller venue, and there were maybe like 4 or 5 people there. So it was like, that was scarier for me because because you just never know what you're going to get at these venues. And it was just a cool experience for me because I think my first show being the Windjammer, where famous people like Darius Rucker have performed, I'm used to, a bigger crowd, and to be kind of thrown into that, environment was just really different. I think it helped me out as an artist a lot.
Now, this was just earlier in 2022, right? Now we're in 23, but
yes, this was June of last year.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Now, did you have your own band with you, or were you actually using the band that you were touring with?
Yeah, I was using the band that I was touring with. Super close friends. We all definitely became close friends after that experience. But no, it was so much fun. I would do it all again. Maybe a little bit differently, but I would definitely do it all again.
What would you do different?
I would try and get a bigger van, possibly. I don't know if I could do it differently, but if I could.
Being with a bunch of guys like that can be kind of gross at times, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Because nobody cares about what they say, how they act, what they do.
Like I said, I was trained well growing up, but still, I had my mom most of the time to, like whack them into shape. But this time it was me. So, but it was awesome. It was fun.
So when did you start with music?
God, I started with music. I mean, I've been singing since as long as I can remember. I was thrown into theater when I was younger. My mom was a voice major in college, but she had she had really, really bad stage fright. So one of my older brothers, James, is actually a professional dancer in LA. And we both showed an interest in music and dancing when we were really, really young. So she just kind of was like, all right, y'all are not going to have the same issues that I had, and you're going to get on that stage and you're going to enjoy every bit of it. And she was right. So I was doing theater, and then, growing up in the South, I did pageants. That was kind of like the only thing I knew to really showcase my talent, my voice. And then I sang in church growing up. So, music has really been a part of my life forever. And that's been special. But starting my own music career, actually, that started in 2020 during COVID. I went through a breakup. This is like a horrible series of events. You guys are going to feel really bad for me. But I literally went through a breakup, got COVID, and was like stuck on my 23rd birthday.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I like tested positive the night before my birthday. So I just was like, I had been journaling for a while, and my writing kind of turned into songs. And after a while, I was like, I had this really good song, and I was like, I'm going to show my parents. Like, I'm going to show them. I got the courage up. And I want to say my birthday's in December. It was February when I finally got the courage to show my parents. And I remember them telling me, they were like, who wrote this? Like, whose song is this? I was like, it's my song. In pure disbelief. And they're like, well, you're going to record this. This is phenomenal. And that's what Cliche Country Song is. It's kind of about my experience with what I was dealing with through my breakup, and being also like, in quarantine during that time. So
that's what makes a great song. It's an experience. We all live and learn. And if we write about it, sing about it, and you're going to have somebody go, oh my God, that's me.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Kat is singing about me.
Right.
She knows me. I mean, that's what you want too. If you can grab them and, right by the heartstrings, and they're going to go, oh my God, I went through that. Yeah, right. That's what happened to me. And I got sick, and this happened and that happened.
Yeah. And it's so crazy you say that, because throughout all of it, I've been trying to figure out what my meaning is in music. And I think it's my connection with people. And I think, you know, that is like the start of everything. And then as it grew, I've had the one thing that I love is when people listen to my music and they're like, Kat, this helped me through this hard time in my life. I play this song when I'm feeling like this. And I'm like, that means more to me. Like that just gives me everything that I need to keep going. And yeah, so it's wild that you say that because it's so true.
I think that's one of the pluses of being an artist when you can do that. And you're not the only one that I've talked to that has had that happen to them. You know, certain songs get written and performed and you hear them on the radio and you kind of go, wow, yeah, that's me.
Right. Right. And even if a song, you know, doesn't take off like you hope it does, it will hit its audience in some way. It will hit somebody and it will mean something to someone if it means something to you. So
let me, if you don't mind, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. The breakup, does that individual know that this song is about them?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
I actually have, you know, talked to him. I was really close to this family too. And his little brother would be like, can you please play this song that you wrote about my older brother? I'll be like, oh my gosh. And then I used to get like some Snapchats and stuff of like all of them listening to it in the car, which was pretty funny. But yeah, no, I think he knew pretty instantly that it was about him. But thankfully, you know, some time went on and we were able to talk about it and laugh about it. And it is what it is.
Tell us a little bit more about some of the other music you've released, which is
right.
You got Call Me.
Yes, Call Me. That music video actually was on CMT recently, which was a huge moment. But yeah, so after Lead Me Wild, if you're looking at my music, Lead Me Wild actually hit a good amount of playlists on Spotify and it did really well. And that was something I wrote and I actually helped produce in my hometown, Columbia, South Carolina with my producer there. And then Call Me, and then my most recent song, Your T-Shirt. Those were two songs that were pitched to me by Nashville writers. And I actually got to go out to Nashville and record and work with, I mean, we did it at Starstruck Studios in Nashville.
Oh, yes. Know it well. Yeah.
And like saying I was starstruck is to say the least, because I was in there with like the drummer, you know, he had played with Rascal Flatts. My guitarist was Kacey Ballerini's guitarist. And, you know, I was just like, wow, I'm really in the midst of some legends here. And
absolutely.
It was really cool to just, you know, have like, you see these people and you're like, oh my gosh, you freak out. And then you're like, no, we share a connection to music, which is so cool. Like music it unites everybody. So, that was amazing. I feel like all my music so far has just, you can see the growth in it and it means a lot to me. So.
See, I don't think people really realize when somebody like you, when you go to Nashville and you go into the studio and there's going to be musicians there, you know, these are musicians that play with not only the big stars, but they're the studio musicians. They're the people that, you know, you got somebody playing guitar for you in the studio. You got maybe somebody on a fiddle. You got somebody on a steel. You got somebody on, you know, a set of drums or dobro, whatever. But and then you start talking to them. It's like, you're kidding. You did what? Oh, yeah, it's amazing. And then somebody like you who goes in to do that, it just really makes you shine.
It was amazing. I mean, I remember being in the booth and I can see all of the musicians and it was cool because I've never been in a setting where the musicians are playing at the same time that I am singing. So I'm like afraid to open my mouth a little bit, but you get through it. And then it's just like this mutual respect and kind of like, okay, well, what do you want to hear? And you know, it's like, you all just start working together and you create this beautiful sound, this beautiful song that you then get to, you know, market and show to the world.
So are you getting your music, not only social media, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, but are you getting it out to radio?
I am working on it as best as I can. I'm trying. And
they're coming to get you.
Yeah, it's a
I can
little.
hear it.
I know, right? I am like in the city of Charleston, so it's pretty loud. Yeah, so my first song, cliche country song, actually hit. This was crazy to me because I just kind of put it in like willy-nilly, trying to hope that,
Mhm,
it
mhm.
would win this contest. And it actually won the contest 2 weeks in a row. So cliche country song, my first song ever releasing was on, the hottest radio station here in Charleston, which was just really crazy to hear yourself on the radio. But yeah, so I mean,
See, that's cool, and a hometown girl too, so they support you.
yes,
Y
yes.
you
I
know,
mean,
this radio station says, "She's from here. We're gonna
oh
play her music, and she's as good as the big stars," which is
That's what's
awesome.
been that's what's been really cool is the support from Charleston has been awesome.
Mhm,
Like, they
mhm.
really do take care of their local artists because there are a ton of local artists here, and, so that was what was really special to me, and yeah, so been trying to work every avenue that you can as an independent artist.
No, it's tough. It's tough. Being an independent is really tough, but sometimes it's a good move. So I think it's you can make Kat, you are your own boss right
Right,
now. You don't
right.
have somebody telling you what to do, where to go, and all that stuff that comes with working for somebody or maybe even a major label. Although it's not a bad thing to be on a major label. It's just at least right now as you're at this early stage and I'm thinking it's just much easier on you to be able to make your own decisions right now and determine what you want to do.
Right. Well, it kind of helps you figure out what you want your brand to be, because
Mhm,
as you
mhm.
first start writing music and you start releasing music, I mean, I think cliche country song, my first song sounds wildly different. I think my voice sounds wildly different than, your t-shirt, my new and
Right.
call me, my new releases, and even Leave Me Wild, which was done by the same producer. But it's just kind of like, okay, do I want to be that twangy? Do I want to be that edgy? Do I want, you get that freedom really to just figure out who you want to be as an artist, and you just get to watch it grow. And I really do think it's special to be an independent artist for a little while until you can figure out really who you want to sign with, who you want to be with, what you want to showcase yourself as an artist and an individual.
Mhm. All right. What's your take on social media?
I absolutely love social media. I am a social media girl.
Okay.
I have worked in marketing and social media on the side for a while, and I absolutely love it. I mean, there are pros and cons to everything,
Mhm.
but I think social media is great. I just think if they would stick to one algorithm so that we could all figure it out,
Totally. I
it
couldn't
would
agree with you more on that.
it would be like a saving grace to artists, and
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of influencers as well. But I think social media is great in its own form. I think that's kind of what has made it to where people can be independent artists so much easier, is having that following.
Yes.
But
Yeah, we're seeing I call it a whole new generation of country. And a lot of these artists are coming right off of TikTok, different social media platforms. You take Shane Prophet, you've got Bailey Zimmerman, you've got people like that. It's just, you know, look what social media has done for them. It's crazy. They wouldn't even be nobody would even know their name if it wasn't for social media.
it's absolutely crazy. It's like another stage. It's like another
Yeah.
way for you to get yourself out there. And I think that it can be, it can make or it can break you. And I think it's awesome. Like, when I hear stories like that about people who
Mhm.
get their break from social media, I'm like, that's so cool, because there's another avenue for really talented people to showcase who they are.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think it's extremely special. And if you use it the right ways, I think it can be really great.
Yeah. So do you get on like TikTok and put your songs up there and in
Yes.
hopes of one of those, or if not one, all of them go viral?
Yeah, so I had actually, an interesting conversation with one of my friends at one of my concerts. She was
Okay.
like, "Kat, I was getting really annoyed with how much you were posting your song." But when I was looking around, I was like, "I hope this is going somewhere positive." But she was like, "When I was looking around while you were singing your new songs, every single person who follows you on Instagram and on TikTok knew the words." And she was like, so you're doing something right. And I was like, that's a really great, that's really cool. If I lose those little bit of followers because I'm posting too much about my music, then it's like, they probably weren't going to come out to my concert anyway.
There you go. No, that's a very good point. I totally believe that. Totally
Right.
believe that. But somebody at your level, you're on the stage and you have people there singing those lyrics back to you. You've just got to go, holy crap. This is, like no other. This has got to be a great feeling. That means they're following you. They know your music.
Right. Right. That feeling it's honestly, it's something I can't even describe. It was amazing.
I love that. I love that. So what else? I mean, is music all you do?
Right. So not exactly. I was working in marketing. I was working for
Okay.
a fashion boutique here, and I was doing the social media for them for a while.
Okay.
Before I started my music career, I was working for Merrill Lynch, and I'd been working there for 3 years. So I was kind of a corporate girly for a little bit.
No, that's okay though. You got to pay the bills, right?
Which
And
was
let's just be honest. I mean,
it's true.
it's not going to pay the bills doing just what you're doing at this level.
Exactly.
So you have to have. And how often do you get to go to Nashville? Sorry.
So I actually will be spending the last 2 weeks in February and the first 2 weeks of March in Nashville. So I'll be spending I went there 3 times last year, which I did not feel like it was enough. And this year I will be spending the month. I will hopefully be moving there by the end of the year. That's the goal. And this is new information. I haven't put it out there yet, but I will be doing an album that month.
Yay!
In there. So you will get a ton of new music from me. I still have one song that I'll be releasing really soon. And then it's just going to be full force working on this album. I have some wonderful writers that have been co-writing with me and also have given me a couple songs, and then some songs that I have written myself through my experiences recently. And yeah, I'm just so excited. I'm excited to spend more time there. I'm excited because I feel like I've met a good amount of people in Nashville, just from traveling and also them coming here as well, that I feel like comfortable enough to go and really, really shine.
Do you know why I said, when you said you're going to be there the last 2 weeks in February and the first couple of weeks in March, do you know why I said perfect?
Why did you say perfect?
Because the country radio seminar is the second week in March. No, actually it begins I think I'm flying in on 13th, but that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is the country radio seminar. Do you know what the country radio seminar is?
I am not familiar, but I really want you to tell me.
And I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you because I want to see you there.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you that because it's an artist like you that needs to go out there, shake hands, talk to people, network, get your music out there. The country radio seminar, it's so many country programmers and label execs, anybody that's anybody in this business of country music is in Nashville. The headquarters are at the Omni Hotel. There's stuff going on every day. It's amazing. Like I said, the performances, just the networking that you can do as an independent and everything. It's so worth it. Even if you don't register for the conference, to show up and hang out in the lobby, because you're going to see people. If you could be there with your people, and you're going to see people that you need to talk to, that you need to go up and say, hi, I'm Kat. I want to talk to you about my music.
Wait, this sounds like exactly where I need to be. So I'm gonna need all the information from you, and that's like fate right there.
Right. See, I don't have the calendar in front of me, but I can tell you, I probably will fry. I fly out whatever that Sunday is, around the 13th. And the conference is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the Omni. So
I cannot wait to see you there, and I will be there.
And now I've told the whole world that. but no, that's what it is. It's a conference, like everybody has conferences, but this is the country radio seminar, and it's a hell of an event.
Wow,
it really is
incredible. Thank you for telling me that.
You should look it up online when you get a chance, and we can talk afterwards, and I'll tell you where to go.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's exciting.
absolutely.
And we'll get to meet each other in person. That'll be
Yeah,
wonderful.
I'll even bring you a Skip Happens mug. You know what? I don't think I will. I'll mail you one.
Oh,
But
please
here's the
do.
deal. If I bring one, then you got to carry it around. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. So I'll mail it. I'll mail it to you. Let's get back to you, though, a little bit. Charleston. If
Yeah.
I was to drive into Charleston, what would be the first thing I would see?
Oh, you would definitely see the Ravenel Bridge.
Okay.
It's the bridge that connects downtown to Mount Pleasant, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And then if you're driving through downtown, you'll see the palm trees, you'll see the horse and carriages, you'll see lots of people walking around in floral dresses, I'm sure. But no, I absolutely love Charleston. I mean, since you haven't been there, you have to come visit, and I have to give you all the food recommendations in the world for you
Oh
to.
my God, I would love that. I see my co-host Deb she must be watching in Long Island. She said the conference is 3/13 to the 15th.
Oh, perfect.
So that means I'm flying in on the 12th. So,
Amazing.
hello,
Amazing.
Deb.
Hi, Deb. Will Deb be there also?
Yes, Deb and I do the podcast together. She goes to all the meetings with us and all that as well.
Cool.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to meet Deb too. It'll be amazing.
yeah, I'll tell you a lot of. She's got something really good going too, and I can tell you when we get off the air tonight, which
Ooh,
is also another good thing that you as an artist should be aware of. So
I'm
it's
getting
kind of
all of
cool.
the secrets. This is amazing.
Yep. Yep. Deb says hi. So there you go. But no, it is. Yeah. I'm telling you things I probably shouldn't tell you. But you know what? I think you've got what it takes. Not that I'm an expert. I'm a radio guy. I've been doing this, though, a long time. And just by talking to you, and your voice is very unique. It's just like, that's why I said off the air before we went on with the cameras and the mics and the lights that I asked if you wanted to work radio. So it was like,
Yeah, no, I think one of the covers I always do Stevie Nicks. That's like
I was going to ask you about covers. So
yeah,
I could hear that.
if
Yeah.
I've been compared to Maren Morris a couple times. And Stevie Nicks is probably just one of my absolute favorites. I mean,
Mhm.
I love singing Fleetwood Mac, anything. So
Oh, well, like Landslide.
yeah, Landslide Dreams is one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Dreams is one. It's kind of a crowd favorite. If I'm out in Charleston and I know the band, they're like, Dreams, Kat Velasco, get up here. And I'm just like, all right. So
I'm here. I'm coming.
yeah, I'm like right up there. If you blink and there I am. But no, thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. That means a lot.
No, absolutely. And it's, that's why you've got a press guy working for you now. And that's, Jeff that called me and said, you got to talk to Kat. And absolutely. And, he knows his stuff. So
Yes,
he just doesn't do this for anybody. I'm just saying.
absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jeff is absolutely wonderful. He's been great. And I mean, he's about to go on tour with Frank Ray. So
It's great. Yeah. Yeah.
we're happy
Exactly.
for him too.
Yeah. So are you heading out with Frank at all?
I am not. I opened for Frank, as you know,
Right.
a couple months ago, and I opened for him here in Charleston, and I absolutely love him and his band. Like it is
Mhm. Mhm.
the just like the nicest, kindest people ever. And I think the coolest thing for me was that, usually as the opener, the main act, he's not gonna come watch my show, but Frank, it was like, Jeff, we're gonna go watch Kat. And like
Mhm.
came and watched, my short
Oh,
30-minute set before he performed. And that was just really, really cool for me. And it just showed me exactly who he is as a person, just very, very
yeah.
kind. And so they told me to come in January. I'm gonna hope to get out there in January just to meet them and be able to see what they do, as they are going out on tour with Old Dominion soon. So
Yes.
I think, they just offered it out there for me to go and kind of like see the setup and see the rehearsal.
Mhm.
And I'm
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
not turning that down. So,
Absolutely not.
so
Absolutely not.
yeah, I know I'm really looking forward to seeing all of them. We all keep up on social media, and chat whenever we can, but they're busy guys. So
Yeah, I look forward to chatting with Frank myself here soon. We're going to reschedule the podcast that we had. Frank, he used to be a police officer.
yes,
Yeah, it's pretty
he's
cool.
an incredible guy. I mean, it's really awesome when most people that I've met throughout the industry so far have been extremely kind and down to earth, and he's just a great example of that.
Yeah. If you weren't doing music, what do you think you'd be doing?
If I was doing music, I would probably be doing some sort of event planning, marketing, somewhere in the world of being involved in, putting people together. I think
It's
that's
a tough job.
I think that's just I have, 6 people in my family, it's including myself, and I'm always the one who's like, Kat, what are we doing? What are we doing for dinner? And that's just because I enjoy doing those things. I enjoy uniting people together that, and giving them a fun time. So I think I would be doing, I don't know about wedding planning. I don't know if I could really do that, but definitely some sort of event planning or marketing in some way.
Yeah, they must have some like really big venues that, I mean, I'm just not that I want you to do that because I think you got a career doing what you're doing, but I'm just saying that these big venues usually look for event planners, and it's not about weddings. It's about putting on the dinners or corporate events and stuff like that and making sure that everything is good and, arranging all the whatever needs to be arranged and all that.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm an incredibly social person, and I love to talk to people and work with people. And I think that would be a great fit for me. I think the one thing with marketing that I would lose is the social, like the aspect of actually being in front of people and talking to people, because so much is social media marketing now. But, it is true. I mean, it's just having someone there to coordinate the entire event and make sure things run smoothly, make sure there's someone to talk to. I think that would be a great fit for me other than music, but I'm definitely not leaving music anytime soon. So
Oh, don't. You're still young and you got a long ways to go. I mean, years wise, that you could really, really do something. And I know you've got the will to do it and the passion and the dedication, and you've got the talent, of course. Hey, you were talking about your mom having stage fright.
Yeah.
So do you ever get stage fright? I mean, you kind of touched on it before that, you get up there and do your thing, but do you ever kind of get like, okay, here we go?
Right.
Because I'm just, when I go out and do shows from the radio side of things and I get on stage, the first minute or two, it's like, holy crap, look at all, and I get a little anxiety going and everything. But the minute I start talking on that mic, it like goes away.
Right. I actually get so nervous before shows, which is crazy, but I'm going to tell the truth. I get extremely nervous to the point where I usually don't speak before shows for a little bit. I'm just kind of going over everything and trying to make sure that I am calm. Because I freak out internally, and I just am like all over the place. I also don't drink at all when I'm doing shows, because I don't want anything to alter my voice. I know some people are like, you got to take, a shot right before, then I'm like, that would
shot of brandy or something like that. They say it'll coat the throat.
And I'm like, that would do nothing for me. Honestly, like these nerves run deep, but I think it's just when you're nervous. My dad has always told me when you're nervous, it means you care. And so
yes,
I don't want that to go away, because I do care, and I care about how I'm perceived to the people who are coming to watch me perform. And I care about making sure they're enjoying it and that I'm also enjoying it. And once I get on the stage, I'm fine. Once I start singing and I'm like, every fear that I had in my mind is ridiculous before. But yes, I get extremely nervous before shows. I'm usually like sitting there, like doing breathing exercises, laying down wherever I can.
Well, you want it to be perfect, and you want to make sure that people leave there happy. And this is what you want. And it's always one fan at a time, and you just build that fan base. And you got to be like this. I think your dad's 100% correct too. You get nervous because you care.
Yeah, and if I mess up, at least I know that I did everything I could, and it was just sometimes that just happens, and it is what it is. But I did my absolute best to make sure that my mind was where it needed to be. So yeah, I mean, I get Frank Gray actually called me up on stage randomly, and Jeff did not give me a heads up. It was probably a good thing because I didn't have time to be nervous,
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh. And God, what did we sang? Don't Stop Believing. So it was so cool. And I was like, you might have to like give me the words or something. And he was like, of course, but I didn't need him at that point. I was trying to like think through everything, but it was so cool. It was like the highlight of the night. But yeah, definitely nerves are there for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't. I'd be the same way. And I told you I am. What about, how would you describe, your fashion? And you said you were doing marketing for a fashion magazine so you're very fashionable. How would you describe your fashion?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. I've actually been thinking about this a lot recently too. And I'm like, what would mine be? I feel like it would be a very like traditional in a way, but also like I like a lot of nude colors. I like nude, white, black. And then I really like to I like to use like jewelry and little accent things to dress it up. I love like little sets. So that's a big thing to me. Honestly, I love just keeping up with trends in any way that I can. I think keeping up with trends with fashion, keeping up with trends in social media has really helped me as an artist as well, because I've been really in the know of like what new things are trending on TikTok that I can use for myself as an artist, what new things are trending fashionably that where if I wear it, I can have conversations with people afterwards and they're asking me about it. And then it leads to, some sort of friendship and following in some way for me and my music. So, it's just as much as I could just try and keep up, which is interesting because my Instagram is Keeping Up with Kat. So I'm also trying to keep up with her.
Keep it up with Kat.
Yes.
That could be a podcast,
Right? It's like
Keep It Up with Kat.
Yeah. So
just saying. Or what is it? Keeping Up with Kat. Yeah.
Keep It Up with Kat. Yeah. So I'm also trying to keep up with everything as well. But yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. If somebody wanted to get a hold of your music, where can they go to get that?
So I am on all music streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. You can find me on YouTube, Amazon Music, whatever your preference is. Or if you just Google search me, you'll be able to find me as well. And if you just type in Kat Velasco, I'll be right there. And hopefully everyone loves my music. And I really appreciate all the support from everybody. So
yeah, this is, you're off and running, Kat. You really are. You're off and running. It's going to go up. It's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. Look forward to seeing you too. Hopefully we'll catch up in March. Deb and I, and we'd love to say hello. Just before I let you go, have you binge watched any of these crazy TV shows that are on? Or like, I'm a Yellowstone fan. I watch that every week. And with Lainey being in it, I mean, it was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I've watched a little bit of Yellowstone with my parents because they are actually obsessed. They don't miss an episode. But I am more of a Netflix girl. I like Emily in Paris. So I'm like a rom-com fan. So I don't really know. Like I watch Outer Banks because it was actually filmed here in Charleston,
I watched the Outer Banks. We watched that. I don't know. Is that out again? Do they have new episodes?
February. So very soon.
All right.
Yeah. So anything like rom-com related where I'm going to feel super mushy, then I'm here for it.
A little romantic comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guilty.
No, I get that. Favorite food?
Potatoes in any form, which is so crazy.
Mashed, baked. You ever hear of salt potatoes?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever heard of salt potatoes?
No, what is that?
Salt potatoes.
Just regular salt.
They're little potatoes, the little ones, and they're cooked in salt and water, and they're salt potatoes. And here in the Northeast, now we're in Syracuse.
Right.
That's how you know you're from Syracuse if you know what salt potatoes are. because it's a big thing here. And I'll ask everybody, hey, have you ever heard of salt potatoes? So
That sounds like my jam because
I think you would love them.
I feel like I would love that. I love salt.
Yeah.
I love potatoes. I don't see where.
And then they're melted butter.
Oh,
lots of salt, melted butter with the potatoes. It's good.
I'll have to look up a recipe, or you have to send me one, and that will be.
I'll send you some salt potatoes.
send me some salt potatoes in the mug.
I will. All right, I will send you a bag of salt potatoes in one of my Skip Happens mugs. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that is.
If you could travel anywhere, Kat, where would you like to go? Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I would love to see Europe. I have not been. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to Paris. I just would really love to. I would love to explore and see different cultures. That's kind of. I'm like texting some of my friends. I'm like, we got to plan a Paris trip soon. But also, I'm just kind of like putting my head down and hoping I'll be on a tour that will hopefully take me to those places very, very soon. But yeah, so I'll be actually going to Roatan in Honduras in the beginning of February. So that's why I'll be in Nashville at the end of February, because I am a scuba diver. That's another little hobby.
What?
Yes. It's a little hobby.
How cool.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So
you're a certified scuba diver?
Certified scuba diver.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Thanks. It's a fun thing. I absolutely love it. It's gonna be fun. It's been a while since I've been scuba diving, but I'm looking forward to it.
Do you have your own tank and all that?
I don't.
You have to rent? Yeah.
Yeah, we rent. So my dad is actually a certified rescue diver. And
very nice.
2 of my older brothers are certified as well. So I was told that if I got certified, that I could go on all the fun trips. So now I get to go on all the fun trips.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Is there anything else on your bucket list? I mean, you're talking about scuba diving. I've never done that. But for example, I've jumped out of a plane.
See, I couldn't do that. I could not.
Why? I bet you could.
I think it's the heights for me.
Yeah. All right. 10,000 feet. That's all.
But I'm not saying no for sure. I'm not saying no. Someone could convince me to do it, but that's one of my fears. So that and bungee jumping, I don't know if I'd be good at doing.
I won't do the bungee jump, but I jumped out of the plane and I was not nervous at all. We went tandem. Of course, I had to go with somebody, but still it was just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Was it
the video's on my Facebook? I'll have to hook you up with that because it's crazy.
I'll have to see that. Was it worth every moment of it though?
It was worth every moment of it. And I would do it again. Do it again.
Well, maybe I'll be doing it with you because I've heard it's amazing.
I look at the sky but it's different now. I look at it differently every time I look at the sky now. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Just amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Wow, the favorite sport. What's that?
You're convincing me.
Well, I figured if you can scuba dive, how deep do you go when you scuba dive?
So I have only been about 50 feet.
That's deeper. See, that's deeper than I would go. See, so I wouldn't do that. Just like you wouldn't skydive.
Right. Yeah. The scariest moment for me when scuba diving was we were in Hawaii and above me was a very large barracuda just going over our heads. And I was like, didn't pay us any mind at all, but it was still just like the moment of like, I'm in their habitat. And like, you get reminded a little bit when you see things like that. You're just like, oh my goodness.
It's like, are they going to tell me to get out of here in many different ways? Yeah. That would frighten me. That would frighten me. Favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team? It has to be the Carolina Gamecocks.
Yeah. South Carolina. Yeah. Are you is there a particular sport other than the Gamecocks that you watch? I mean, do you watch baseball or anything like that?
Not really. I watch basketball a little bit, but football is my number one. I love
Gotcha.
football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You were watching last night too, right? I mean, I don't know when you see this, we're talking about what happened with the Bills and the Bengals, and that game was last night. So we all pray for
absolutely. Yeah, that was
good outcome, we hope. So
yes, absolutely.
It's one thing that we said it before, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but it seems like football has brought us all back together right now.
I agree.
In a different way, because just the outpouring of support from so many different people and so different types of people, everybody's coming together as one. And they forgot about the football game, and rightfully so. It's about the player. It's about the fans. It's about the family.
Exactly.
It's about a mother, a father, a sister, a brother. It's crazy. It's
right.
Crazy.
It's the like prime example of there are bigger things in life. And in that moment, it was definitely surreal. And I think it opened eyes to a lot of people. And it was beautiful to see everyone come together and really come together in prayer and just
exactly. Kat Velasco, you're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, this is great.
Yeah, I feel like we could just keep talking for hours,
Hey, I'm in my pod zone. I'm fine. I can sit here all night. The wife's upstairs. My son's in the other room. We're all good. No, I look forward, seriously, on a serious note, I look forward to coming out in March, and I'll definitely be there. We can touch base there and say hello.
Absolutely. There's no question. We're definitely going to get to meet in person. And Deb, can't wait to meet Deb as well. And
she's awesome. She's awesome.
I'm looking forward to being there and being in Nashville and hopefully, calling that home in the next couple months.
You have to keep me posted on that. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Do you have any idea where you might be looking for a place? You're going to be in the Gulch, or do you want to go outside of town a little bit?
I have family in Knoxville, a little far.
Oh, very cool.
But they have they have an apartment in Franklin. So that would be a place that I've definitely considered just because I have family there. But also just no idea. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to spending the month there and really getting to know Nashville other than just being kind of like a visitor. You know what I mean?
Deb's son lives there.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So, all right, Kat, it's been a pleasure having you on SkiP Happens tonight, getting to know you a little bit and hear about your music and how it all came about. And, I think I hope good things for you. And I invite anybody that watches this or that's been listening to this to check her out online at Kat Velasco. You can just Google the name and you're going to get everything, because that's what I did. When Jeff called me, I said, all right, I'm going to Google. I did the Google. Google's like my best friend. Yeah. So it's like, oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was able to get all the info.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This was amazing. Hopefully I'll be able to come back on again and
my gosh,
and hang out with you.
You're welcome anytime. And if something's going on that you want to talk about, you're heading out on tour or anything, you get some firm plans, come on back. Just drop me a note and say, hey, I want to come back on, and we do it in a second. So
thank you so much. Seriously. Thank you.
Right back at you. It's Kat Velasco, everybody, on SkiP Happens tonight. Thanks for watching. Peace out, everybody. Have a great night.
Out.